Hey there, TaxBots. I'm Justin Spicer from the Ohio State Legal Services Association, and I'm here with Melissa Skilleter, Director of the Low Income Taxpayer Clinic of Southeastern Ohio Legal Services, and Kathy Huber, Attorney with the Low Income Taxpayer Clinic for the Legal Aid Society of Columbus. Today, we're going to be answering the question, can I review any of my Ohio tax information online? So, Melissa, we've discussed in previous tax chat sessions about how taxpayers can register for an IRS.gov account to see their tax account information, including the income and federal withholdings. Does Ohio have a feature like that too?
Yes, they do. For the last several years, taxpayers in Ohio could register for what was called an iFile account that had some limited information and the ability to directly file a simple Ohio tax return. In September of this year, they added many more features to their online site and renamed that Ohio Tax eServices.
Great. So Kathy, is there information taxpayers can get from the Ohio Tax eServices account that they may not be able to get from their IRS.gov account?
Yes, so while the information you can get from both the IRS.gov site and the Ohio Tax eServices is similar, there are some differences. Both of the sites, you can see your account information and past filed tax return information, as well as wage and income information reported under your taxpayer's social security number from both sites. But the main difference between the IRS.gov site and the new Ohio Tax eServices is the withholdings. The IRS transcripts only contain the federal withholding information. State withholding information is not reported by the IRS. But now with the new Ohio Tax eServices, taxpayers can see their Ohio withholding information for up to the past 10 years. This is a big change from the past, when taxpayers either didn't get their W-2s or 1099s or lost them, and if they couldn't get a copy directly from the payer, they were almost out of luck with getting their Ohio withholding information. Recently, taxpayers had to request this information in writing to the state of Ohio. It is now much easier since taxpayers can just log into their accounts and see this information online.
So Melissa, how does a taxpayer get access to the Ohio Tax eServices portal?
To get access, a taxpayer should visit this website, tax.ohio.gov/individual. Then click on the tile that says Ohio Tax eServices, File Now. Next, scroll down and click on the Ohio Tax eServices link. Then click on the blue Login or Create an Account button. If you've previously registered, you can log in here. To create a new account, click on the Create Account button. The state has detailed setup guides and instructional videos in their self-help library for step-by-step instructions to help taxpayers set up their accounts. Justin, could you drop the link to the self-help library into the comments?
Absolutely. So Kathy, is there anything else taxpayers will need to do to set up their account?
Yeah, so to set up an account, taxpayers will need some information to get started, either a copy of their previous Ohio tax return or one of their wage and income statements like a 1099 or W-2. If these are not available to the taxpayer, you can ask for a letter from the Ohio Department of Tax. You can request this letter during the setup process, but then you'll have to wait for the letter to be mailed to finish registering your account.
So Kathy, if a taxpayer did already have an Ohio iFile account, can they still just use that?
No, the Ohio iFile accounts are no longer available. If you set up an account before September 5th, 2023, you would need to register for a new account with the Ohio Tax eServices using the steps we just outlined.
Melissa, Kathy mentioned earlier that taxpayers can get their Ohio withholding information on this new site. Does the taxpayer need any information to see their withholdings, excuse me?
Yes, so you can't just log in and see the withholding information at this time. You need to request it by each employer or payor. You'll need the company name, the last 4 digits of their federal identification number. Typically with businesses, this is going to be an EIN, or it could be the SSN if it's an individual. What type of document it is, and typically that's going to be a 1099 or W-2. You can get this information from a pay stub if you have one from your employer, or a W-2. If you don't have this info, you can get your wage and income transcripts from the IRS.gov account and use that information to get the information that you need from the Ohio Tax eServices account. If you need to register for an IRS.gov account, please visit irs.gov/your-account for more information.
Kathy, is there anything else a taxpayer should know about the Ohio Tax eServices account?
Yes, so not only can you view your information, but most taxpayers can also file their Ohio, and if you have one, an Ohio school district tax return through your account for free. A lot of times you might find an online tax prep site that will offer free federal filing, but they will charge you to file your state return. Through your Ohio Tax eServices account, you can file your Ohio returns for free using the information from your federal return and the withholding information for your W-2s and 1099s. You can also use this account to check your Ohio tax refund, update your mailing address, respond to notices from the Ohio Department of Tax, see how much you owe for prior year state taxes, and make payments.
Great information as always. Thanks to Kathy and Melissa, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. Just as a reminder, the video of this session and all the others in our tax chat series are available on our Facebook page. Join us on Friday, November 3rd, when we continue our series on tax issues for people who are self-employed. We'll talk about rental income and expenses and the difference between a Schedule C business and a Schedule E business. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.